Hello guys, it's your girl Givens Chanzu, and guess what? Guess who? Today on my show I have a former student of Moi University who apparently is currently working at the Royal Media Services, that is VUCA FM and Hot 96, by the name Herman Kamariki. I have him on the show today, so tune in and learn more about journalism, learn more about striving to achieve whatever it is you want in life. And remember to like, share and subscribe to my YouTube channel at Givens Chanzu. Nawapenda sana, and that's how we roll. Welcome to my show, Herman.
Amazing.
I'm so happy to have you today. So, Herman, tell me about yourself. Who are you?
It's a question that I really have issues to answer because I don't know what to say and what not to say. But I'm a journalist, a professional journalist who works with Royal Media Services. At Royal Media, I do 3 jobs. Majorly, I do news anchoring, I do reporting, and I do show hosting. Yeah, so that's me, a former actually student of Moi.
Oh, so being a former student of Moi, what brings you to Moi? You are in main campus right now. Where did you visit?
I stepped in Moi first of all in 2014. That is closer to about 10 years, but I left in 2019. But I graduated 2 years after. After doing the examination, I graduated 2 years after.
Why you went for a job somewhere then?
I will thank God because I began working while I was still schooling.
Oh.
Yes, I got my first contract with the Royal Media Services as a producer. I used to do news production, and I used to do what we call the View Sasa voicing. And then I also did Sikiza production while I was still in school. So I would be in school on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then I would travel on Wednesday evening, go work Thursday, Friday, Saturday, travel back on Sunday every week until I was done with 4th year.
Wow. So how did you get that connection ya kukua working while still studying? Was it after your attachment?
Yeah, I was in school. I would miss classes to go to the radio station. I think while I was growing up, I was a radio person. I had never seen a radio. I was a village boy, so we never seen a media. We never went for zile outings or went as a we never did those things because
but you had it in
yeah,
nilikuwa
nasikiza radio hivi najua hey, I will get there, and good enough I always wanted to work with Citizen. So while on the radio, I met a guy who is called Musakali Joseph. Respect to that amazing man. So the guy knew me because of the studio. So after that, mentored me, told me what to do and what not to do. Then I became the news manager of radio ya shule. After that, the guy was like, I told him I'm looking for attachment. And then he was like, yeah, but you have the skills. Over. I had done enough interviews. I had interviewed Matiangi while still on campus. I had interviewed Sauti Sol while still on campus. I had done enough pieces. I had written with the Third Eye. I had written with the Legacy. Now, when the time for attachment came, I never applied for attachment. I only told him Sakal, and I was like, yes, I have sent your name. They'll call you for an interview. So I received a call while I was at home. I had to go to Nairobi. That is the first time I stepped in Nairobi in 2017. I had never gone to Nairobi the whole entire life.
Even just a single day to visit a relative.
Tulikuwa wale wase wenye unaangalia unaona zile uko Nairobi kwa kichwa. I didn't have a relative in Nairobi.
So how was the feeling since you just brought that up? It's your first day to go to Nairobi. Were you having that mentality of a kid ile it's my first day to
go? Because unajua Nairobi akili yangu ilikuwa ni buildings, clear cities,
aeroplanes everywhere.
Guess where I went? Kibera. So I went and stayed in Kibera. So getting to Kibera, I had a sister who was now there in a single room. Now I had to go and stay with, because she's married, I had to go and stay with some guy alikuwa anafanya mjengo. So the guy would wake up in the morning at 5 anaenda mjengo, and because he's not your relative, he tells you, bro, mimi siwezi kuacha kwa nyumba juu sikujui. So wewe amka. So you'd wake up, afunge mlango, kae hapo nje mpaka 8 ama 7. So 7 uende utafute chai, maybe coffee or something, then you go for attachment. So when I got that call, attachment, I went, did the interview. Then while in school, I had thought of being a reporter. You know, mimi yule nilikuwa narration kama zile za Muhammad Ali was my guy. I used to, there's a time mpaka nilikuwa naitwa Moha, you know, in school. So I wanted reporting, but guess what? I was taken to news production. I had not done anything on production. But then I met a lady who was called Miriam. Miriam was now my supervisor at the production. So she told me, just develop a positive attitude towards production, because this is where we produce news. Now, if you want to become a news anchor, the good thing with you or news presenter, you definitely understand how it's made. So 1 month, just mean nilikuwa natamani mic. 1 month, 2 months.
Unataka tu kuwe hapo kwa mic.
Yeah. Later on, I loved it. Now I loved doing production, news production, montages, promos. I was like, yeah, wow. Off days. Ilikuwa Saturday and Sunday. Guess what? I never went for off.
You are in the radio throughout.
Nikitoka Kejani Saturday, naingia production. Royal Media, Saturday production hazikuange busy sana. So you can go get the key and then get to your production and do your thing. So now that is when you now start developing the creativity aspect of it. So I did that. And one of the reasons why I got a job earlier is because of some of the productions I had done during the off days. Not while working. So
those off days that you took advantage of the time.
So I did one, it went on air, and the boss was like, hey, that is well done promo. I did now, started doing some imaging, and did well. And then after 3 months, Royal Media had passed a law where we are not retaining interns because we want to give opportunity to others. Guess what? I was the only one who was retained.
Wow.
The only connection I got, to cut the long story short, is Musakali, who told me go to Royal Media. Now, me si wale wasa kwa anko. Ati anko unaweza nichukulia karatasi? No. I don't have anyone in the media. Ni wewe na, I'm not on my own. Niko na Saja. I had God. God alifanya vitu amazing sana. So that month ikaisha, I was given an extension. 3 months ikaisha, nikapata extension ya 3 other months. Now this is now the time I had now developed doing reports now. Najaribu sasa kutaka sasa kufanya reports. Now I remember vividly, and this will never get out of my mind. Nikitoka Moi nilikuwa star. Unajua nilitoka Moi University, nimeenda attachment, mimi ni star.
Ulikuwa sha build ground
yako. Yani watu wakikuja wanauliza kamariki yako wapi? People wanted to sound like me while on Moi. Now, when I did my first voice test, tulipelekea jamaa anaitwa Lincoln Jogu. I know he will watch this. I'll share it with him. Lincoln Jogu was now the guy in charge of checking the voice test and editing some work there. So ulikuwa unamaliza, ikisha rekodiwa unampelekea, unamwambia nisikizie, uniambie kama niko sawa. So went humbling, ukiwa atachi una humble, unamwambia sir, please.
Can you please
kindly uni advise. The recording was 2 minutes. The guy didn't listen even to 10 seconds. He listened to 2-3 seconds, akatoa headphones. Akaniambia, hii sauti watu wakisikia watazima radio.
Why was it bad? Bad.
Actually nimekumbuka nikalia. So I went back to the production. Nikaboeka. But then later on,
wewe ulikuwa una feel this is the best I've done.
Unajua nimetoka Moi na ile
mentality ya
unaenda unaambia site yako watu wakisikiza hii sauti ni mbaya. Go and work on it. The good thing with Lincoln, he's not a guy who would tell you that and leave you. He would want to walk the journey with you. So he wanted first of all to see your reaction. So I was like, oh, sorry, so what should I do? Akanambia, go try. So I went, tried, na normally kama mwanadamu unaona ni kama uko disappointed
sana.
One day, you see why I'm remembering all these names is because it's been a journey. There's a lady alikuwa anaitwa Shitote who was attached. She was in Moi again. Lakini tulikuwa naye attachment. Akaenda akafanya story, akakuja ni edit. Akikuja ku-edit kulikuwa na sauti ya Matiang'i. Ilikuwa kwa English. So ilifaa to transcribe. Na ni jioni hiyo story inafaa imechelewa. So unajua production unamaliza stories ndo ziende on air. So Shitote came, akafanya story, na tafuta mtu wa kufanya transcribe. Transcribe is such that mtu akuja record sauti ya Kiswahili juu yake ndio ya Matiang'i, juu Radio Citizen wakubali au kwa nakubali English voices. Hakuna huyo mtu. Na mimi ndio producer. Nilifanya nini? Nikaingia kwa mic. Hata kama sauti hajakuwa approved, nikaingia kwa mic nikajirecord na nikapackage. Nikatuma story.
Lincoln kujua.
Bila, because the thing is, radio is such that do it, let us complain later.
Because
so
if
let us handle this issue later than iende na makosa. You get? So on air, after hiyo story imeenda on air ilikuwa 4. 7. The lady came akaniambia, Christine Jambo ndiye alikuwa anasoma news. Ameuliza huyu kijana gani mweka hiyo sauti ya Matiang'i? Nikamwambia ni wewe. Akasema nataka kuona. So I went to see Christina. Hiyo sasa niko ile za nimekosea. And you know Christine is now an image ya news anchoring on radio. Went. Kanambia kijana uko na sauti nzuri. I love that. Mbona uko production? So nafa uko got motivated. Now this is when I started doing reporting nini. For the 3 months I did reporting for Radio Citizen, nikakuwa nafanya production na reporting, nafanya na Vuka FM as a show host. So that is how the other 3 months ended. After that the option is Skiza came in. Now these guys were like, yeah, this guy is doing production. They gave me a contract of 6 months. So your contract uzuri, lecturers wakagoma.
So you had some
remember the time? Months. Yeah. How the almost 6. Almost 6. That was on 2018 hapo. Hiyo sasa nikafanya.
God just sent.
So that means niko job. So niko na mshahara sasa. Hiyo time sasa nimehama Kibera.
You've looked for your own place.
Nikaenda kukaa kwa nyumba nyingine pale Kabiria. Yes, that's where I stayed.
So umetaja Vuka FM, which brings me to a very nice question.
Yeah, man.
I've been following your social media handles. You are somebody who is very eloquent in Luya, Maragoli to be specific.
Yeah.
You are eloquent in Kiswahili, you are eloquent in English. How do you manage to shift the language? I mean, it could be tricky for some people.
I'm a village boy. I've grew up in village. Some people who see the things I do on social media,
Ulienda group of schools when you were young, ama you just went to this?
I never went to a boarding school. I went to a day school. Shule nilienda nilimalizia form 4, ilikuwa imeanza 1994. By the time nilikuja na 2013 nikifanya KCSE, hakukuwa kumekuwa na student ashaipata above B ama C+. So you can imagine the type of a school. But I got a B, by the way.
Wow.
So, yeah.
So you're just comfortable.
Mimi mzo wa village. Mimi nilikuwa nalipa school fees na maziwa, na kuni, na maragwe. Yeah.
So, wewe ukijiangalia tu.
Your question. Kimaragoli is because of how I grew up. And I love Maragoli like, eish.
Can you just speak
Because one, it is also the language that gave me my first pay for advertisement. So kulikuwa na advert zikikuja sasa Royal Media kabla nipate hiyo job, unapewa ufanye ka voice. Unalipwa.
This is Vuka now.
Yes, Vuka na Mlembe FM. So they would give you something. So hiyo lugha ilikuwa inanifanya. And then I was also told Royal Media, ushaisikia, ulianza kusikia Joseph tulipo nini? Kitambo sana, right? Na mimi nilikuwa namsikiza nikiwa primary. Sasa umeenda huko wewe ukaniambia kama wewe ulikuwa primary ukimsikiza, uko university bado unamsikiza. Atatoka lini? So there were more opportunities on local radio than national radio. That's what I was told. So I embraced all of them. Nikitoka Moi, I was a Swahili person, not even English. English nimejifunzia tu Hot 96. Mdogo.
Na vile unai sound ni kama you are just with it tangu.
Kuna watu wanaitwa Jeff Koinange.
Jeff Koinange.
I remember there's a time I said Apple. I read news. Mara kwanza nikianza nikasema Apple. Tukimaliza news, Jeff was like, what is an apple? What do you say an apple is? Nikamwambia ni apple, Jeff. Kanambia it's not apple, it's apple. Kanambia Jeff, mimi tulifundishwa A for apple, B for boy. So kanambia anyway, it depends on where you went to school. So they have Hot 96 has been teaching me day in day out. I make mistakes on air, they correct you. Now Cynthia Mwangi is the head of radio, who you'd make a mistake, she tells you that's not how it's done, this is how it's done. So I learn every day. The willingness to learn. Isaac Swiller tells me, who is now the sports editor at Royal Media, tells me there's nothing that beats the ability of a person who is willing to learn. Even someone who knows it cannot beat someone who is willing to learn.
Okay. So how does it feel interacting with these big figures, kina Jeff Koinange, kina Lincoln Jogo? I mean, for university students, watu wanakuanga like, I want to be like Jeff Koinange. Nataka nikuwe kama like these big figures. Na wewe sahi at this, okay, I cannot say you are that old. At this age already una interact na watu. Does it make you feel like privileged ama sasa juu already you are there, una feel like you're just on the same level?
Should I tell you something? My first job was in Vuka FM. My first employment was in Vuka FM. I stayed in Royal Media since 2017. Wakati nilikuwa nimeingia attachment, nikamaliza shule 2019 nikarudi, job ikaisha, nikakaa, nikafanya voluntary Vuka for some time. So I had never stepped in Hot 96 studios. Jeff alikuwa ule mnapatana naye. Jeff has a certain greeting na wale wanakutana naye job wanajua. Ukipatana naye kwa gate kwa mambo uko poa. Story imeisha. Yaani ni mtu very friendly. Ana story. So getting used to that, kina William Tuva, unapata ni jina tu kubwa huku nje. They are still human beings and they are friends you can sit down with.
So they are just friendly people.
Joso ndipo tunakulanga na yeye nini? Mandondo pale ya center kwa vibanda. So the aspects, they are very humble. The big name out here should never get into your mind as a journalist. It will kill you. So the feeling is, at least I know there are people that teach you, the people you walk the journey with. You know, there's a feeling to work with such people, because now you look like, if kama naweza soma news kwa show ya Jeff, inamaanisha kuna kitu naweza fanya. So inakupatia tu motivation. Yes.
And also following your social media, wewe si mtu umefanya journalism peke yake. You've been into acting, you've been into content creation. Does it mean una encourage watu like usikae tu useme mimi sasa ni journalist, like do anything that you feel inaweza kusaidia to reach a higher place in life?
I'll say, hii life tunaishi once. Do what makes you happy. Jibambe.
Na hakuna limitations, like since you're working for a Royal Media Services, so wewe mwenyewe haufai kuji-empower in your own different ways, like
Royal Media believes in one thing. I have not gone to other stations, so I don't know, but Royal Media believes in one thing. That yes, you are employed with them. You are their brand. So if you do anything else, so long as it is not messing up their brand, it's okay with you.
It's okay.
You get? I do acting. Me, I do, and actually in vernacular, I do acting. But that acting teaches me so many things. After acting and you get on air, you know, for you to act, you have to put yourself into the positions of those guys. So while acting, when I go on air every Sunday on Voca FM, people feel like it's fun. So you're just having fun. Maybe I'll tell you something. Respect to the director of technical and radio at Royal Media, a very great guy anaitwa Fred Afune. The time I was in Royal Media, up to 2021, when they called for an interview at Hot 96, you know, I had never done anything for Hot hapo time, lakini waliita interview mimi nikajaribu na nikapita na nikapewa job. And I get hiyo time yote hatukuwa tushakutana na Afune. Hata sikuwa najua nakaaje.
But ulikuwa unamsikia.
Najua yuko, but kupatana hivi hata namba yangu hana, yake sina. When I received a calling letter for Hot 96, that is when he called. So one of my mentors, Vincent Atea, he was told by Afune, nataka namba ya Kamariki. So Vincent inboxed me because Vincent had walked the journey with me. So akaniambia, the boss anaitije namba yako. Like, boss yupi? Afune. Mpatie. Kwanza unajua yashaniambia congratulations. So Afune called and like, Kamariki, how are you? I'm good.
I'm good.
Unajua ile una tense. You know ni boss. Congratulations. I'm like, thank you.
Thank you.
Can you come to my office? Hata sijui ofisi yake kwa wapi.
So you are all tensed up.
So I went to Atea. And I think Royal Media got a very good working relation. Very nice. Nikaenda kwa Atea nikamwambia, unajua mdosi ameniita.
Na ujui kuanzia wapi.
Na ofisi yake kwa wapi? Akaniambia ujuangi. Akaniambia wewe labda enda tumsikize, ni bosi mzuri, hananga maneno. So nikaenda sasa nikiwa na confidence kidogo, though tensed. So when Afune told me one thing. And this one I'll tell to every journalist. He told me, I know hatujai kutana. But guy, you have been promoted to go and work for Hot 96. Don't drop what you're doing for Voca. Not completely. If you can do anything for Voca, do it. Right?
So wewe you do for Voca na Hot 96 at the same time.
Not at the same time, unajipanga tu.
Unajipanga.
Yeah.
Okay. So
kama
and
Sunday
they don't have a
job
problem.
saa 8, Sunday. Naingia job saa 8 nafanya Hot 96 mpaka 6. 6 napumzika, naingia Voca 8, nafanya show mpaka saa 6 usiku.
Okay.
Ni sacrifice. You get?
So it's not hectic on your part.
Yes.
Iko comfortable.
No, I do what you love. Me, I love doing it.
Just a question. Unalipwa na Voca, unalipwa na Hot 96, then unalipwa na Citizen, ama they just combine it sasa jr?
Nalipwa na Royal Media.
Royal Media. So it's just
the company I'm working for is Royal Media.
Oh, so wako on the same.
You can do anything. Agreement inasema you have been employed as a news anchor at Royal Media Services. That is what the contract reads. At Royal Media
Services.
Alafu unajua wakati mnaandikanga CV unasemanga I can do any other duty dedicated to me by my supervisors. You know. Okay. Now I was telling you something about what Afune told me before I forget. He told me I know you. I know you don't know I know you, but I know you. I love what you've been doing. Because you know mimi niko nikiwa show na the live Facebook, kama ni kudance I will dance. I enjoy the show. So he told me, just know everything you do there is someone who is watching. They cannot tell you are doing a good job. They might not even appreciate you, but there are people who are watching. They can be within here or outside, but there are people who are watching everything you do. And take note of this. We know when you're having fun, and we know when you're doing it for pay. So you've been having good fun on VUCA. When you move to hot, go and have fun. Mi nilikuwa hivyo. Unajua by VUCA nilikuwa presenter na nilikuwa social media host. So by the time I was joining VUCA officially now in 2019, their Facebook page ilikuwa 11,000 followers. My goal was to push the social media page, and I used that as a defense kwa panel wakati nilikuwa interviewed for the job ya hot. By the time I was living in 2021, less than almost 1 year plus 6 months, the Facebook was at 43,000.
Wow. That is a plus 30 or something.
Yes. So I got into the interview, and they asked me a question. What have you done for the time you've been here that you can do better? I moved social media VUCA from 11 to 43. Guess what? One of the panelists anaitwa Njeri, alikuwa digital. Akasema, by the way, you have really helped me push the digital VUCA. And who the panelist?
Among the people wenye wanafaa
wa Njeri si ati nini tushajuana. Yeye mtu wa digital na watch tu. What you do,
someone is watching.
Yes, you don't know who.
Yeah, baby.
That is what Afune told me.
So, Herman, just among the voiceovers umefanya, unaweza tufanyia moja, just a single one?
Voiceovers za Kiluya?
Either you do one for Luya since you're working for VUCA, and one for English.
You are news?
Yeah.
Tuanza na gani?
Either.
So I'll start with the Luya one.
No problem.
This one says, Musaza mula mulidara lya Machakos yako gimiro enyuma okonoreka nawe ko kigoro cy'ubudondo lino mukano imiga 32 namuromane kirangilo kono mwimili w'abasirikari mu pande bweni wa Machakos aborande musazo imiga 60 yale yakatura kabisa mba mwimwe naze kubugura enyumba wabazi kwizanza lino mukano yo nabe ko kigoro amanyina nusemyeka manakarika. That's very good. Ni saa 3 mchana katika shule ya Ni saa 3 mchana katika chuo kikuu cha Moi. Hapa wanafunzi wamejiandaa kwa ajili ya mitihani ambayo inaanza wiki kesho siku ya Jumatatu. Kila mtu anasema yupo tayari kwa ajili ya mitihani hii. Ilipofika ilikuwa ni wakati wa wao kwenda katika chakula cha mchana, na bila shaka ilibidi nimeondoka nao ili kujua kile ambacho walitaka kukifanya. Simple.
English.
What is it?
English.
English bila script.
So
English
just say
is what do you want me to say in English?
The county government of Vihiga has just announced something of the sort.
Very good afternoon and welcome to Hot 96 News. My name is Herman Kamariki. We begin from a story from county in Vihiga County, where the governor of Vihiga County, Dr. Wilbur Tichlo, has nominated his CECs who are yet to be sworn in next week. Our reporter Francis Nguko with the details of that story.
Okay, Herman, when someone listens to you, a journalist out here in Moi probably or just anywhere, anakuwa like, it's just easy, unaongea tu. So do you want to confirm to them that it's just easy, like unaongea tu, ama there is something to the oration than just being...
You learn. Be willing to learn. These things, you learn them every other day. I'm not the perfect news anchor at Hot 96. Let me be honest. Maybe I am now the Wachini, but I'm growing. I'm willing to learn. When you are corrected...
So as a journalist, you should be willing to learn.
Every day.
Hiyo ndo kitu inakupush.
Every day. Willing to learn. My editor, who actually has been my supportive power, the managing editor, Young Mudomi, tells me, if you're willing to learn and you're ready to humble yourself and be disciplined, you can achieve what you even never thought you would achieve. You will never have a limit for yourself. Okay. So this, and the good thing with RMS is they cultivate you. They push you together. And you see also with the name, you know, when you tell people I work for Royal Media, you know, it's already a name. So it gives you the discipline and the platform for that. Okay.
So Herman, I'm very grateful for you showing up to my show today. And I'm so happy you are here today. Na ukirudi huko RMS, just greet Jeff Koinange, greet Mashirima Kapombe, Melody Sinzore, Vincent Atea, all of them. Wasalimie sana. And yeah, as you go back to work, We wish you all the best.
Thank you so much. I'll tell you to keep doing what you do. And I'll copy Afune's words. You just don't know who is watching.
Yeah.
Someone is watching. They don't tell you. But one day, it will get there.
Thank you.
God bless you.
Thank you.